Rebuilding a bond that I never broke in the first place is something I would never do again. This is because it never ends well, and I learned it the hard way. This is to you. This is to me. This is to the special edition of the Sirguy is here podcast. I am your host, Sirguy is here, and I am also your guest today. Welcome to the special edition of the Sirguy is here podcast. You know, this thing about going back to build a bond that you never ended in the first place, it always never ends well. My guy had this experience. I don't know if I should mention his name, but I'm sure if he hears this, he would know. So here is the story of this my friend who got into a relationship when we entered year one. I'm not going to mention his name, but I'm sure when he hears this, he would know I'm talking about him. So when we got into the university, he met this girl, a girl who would later have a strong impact in his life. So it happened that the whole stuff was going on fine, things were flowing, and after a while, things went south and they broke up. So this my guy would later go back to trying to mend things with this girl. And do you know the funny thing? The girl actually accepted. They came back together, but things were never the same again. By that time, the girl already had a bestie. She had someone in her life already, probably more than one. And this thing about trying to rebuild a bond that you never broke, you would not realize. You would think that you're mending things, meanwhile you're going back to someone who doesn't actually know why you left in the first place. So my guy now had to try to fit into the new person that he met in this girl, but in his mind he thought he was going back to the same person. So now my guy would have to pretend that being in a relationship with a girl who has a bestie is not annoying, meanwhile he doesn't like it. So this thing kept on going on, and it was really getting to this guy. We often tell ourselves as humans that it doesn't matter who is wrong, it doesn't matter who is right. Sometimes you have to value the relationship. If you actually value the relationship, then you really don't give a fuck about being right or being wrong. Okay? And that was the exact same thing I told myself in 2019, or maybe that 2019 or 2018. I was dating this girl, and after a while, I started feeling like I was the one in the relationship and she wasn't there. So I said I'm ending things, but then the red flag she was giving me, I know we ceased communications, and I told myself that it doesn't matter who is right, who is wrong, that I'm going to fix this thing. So I went on to try to impress this girl on her birthday. So that time I never even did work. I will not mention what I did. I did a menial job to get this girl a birthday gift. So that night on her birthday, we met, and we had a conversation. I gave her the gift. She even cried. After something like 10 or 15 minutes, my friend called me. He was like, "Guy, Kewe, I see your babe for here." That my guy was working in a restaurant, and guess what? Someone had hosted a birthday party for this girl, and the guy that hosted the birthday party was the girl's boyfriend. And there was me trying to fix up something I didn't spoil in the first place, thinking that making this attempt to fix a bound that you didn't break, that it works. I just think that this whole idea of, trying to fix things, that it's really stupid. Yes, yes. The funny thing is that this girl was actually crying that night. She cried. It didn't me like to mention her name because it did pain me for. I actually felt pain. I would not lie. I felt pain. My guy they send me pictures of the girl with the guy, and so I just feel like this is not just restricted to man and woman relationship. I think it's also with man and man, woman and woman, because some people are always trying to get into a space where they don't belong. You know, maybe someone that you passed through the same primary, secondary, or university. You guys came from the same place, and after a while, things changed, and then you're forcing the same relationship that you used to have with this person. I just think that people need to realize that people change, and when people change, they can't fit into the old person they used to be anymore. I came across this quote that says that I came across this quote that says trees don't hang around the grasses, even though they came from the same place. I think one of the realest realizations we must come to terms with, that is if you actually want to have peace, is that coming from the same place with someone, or being in someone's past, having a relationship with someone, and then things end, doesn't mean you must go back to the same place. Because come to think of it, we all carry experiences, things that happened to us in the past, and it's not just the same. And these experiences shape us, they change us, and then we can no longer fit into who we used to be before. So, except maybe someone who broke the bound, I think that someone who broke the bound, if they want to repair it, it means that they have had an understanding of, oh, this is what happened in the past, and this is the way forward for me. But if they don't want to repair the bound, the bond that people had before that they broke, and you go back to repair it, I think it's just not going to sink. What I am saying is that, guys, everyone, stop this rubbish. Stop this rubbish of trying to fix a bound that you never broke in the first place. I keep saying bound. Stop trying to fix the bond you never broke in the first place. Because this thing always ends the wrong way. This is the special edition of the Sirguy is Here podcast. Remember, I am also your finest GC plug, the man for all seasons. And this is my journey into becoming a public speaker. My name is Sirguy. Yes.